Though I was originally supposed to give y'all a review of this a couple of years ago and failed to, well, now I'm finally prepared to give you a review of this. Get ready as I finally bring to you a review of DreamWorks Animation and Aardman Animation's Chicken Run. Big Things! Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2000 stop-motion animated comedy flick, Chicken Run, released by DreamWorks along with Aardman Animations and Pathé. This is Aardman's first feature-length film and DreamWorks' fourth animated film. Directed by Peter Lord and Nick Park from a screenplay by Kerry Kirkpatrick and based on an original story by Lord and Park. This features the voices of Julia Sawalha, Mel Gibson, Tony Haygarth, Miranda Richardson, and many others. The plot centers on a group of British anthropomorphic chickens who see an American rooster as their only hope to escape the farm when their owners want to turn them into pies. This film became a big success and became the highest grossing stop motion animated film in history, and the big success for DreamWorks before Shrek even came along. And we're finally going to begin a long-awaited sequel, but I'll explain about that later. But for now, let's get into the story. A flock of chickens live on an egg farm set up like a POW camp, that's prisoner of war. The farm is run by a middle-aged, childless couple, the cruel Mrs. Tweedy and her oafish husband, Mr. Tweedy, who kill and eat any chicken that is no longer able to lay eggs. The chickens try to escape frequently, but are always caught. Frustrated at the minuscule and declining profits that the farm generates, Mrs. Tweedy spots a magazine advertisement and gets an idea of converting the farm to automated production and having a machine turn the chickens into meat pies despite Mr. Tweedy's reluctance. Mr. Tweedy suspects the chickens' sapience and wonders if they are blind, but Mrs. Tweedy dismisses his theories. One day, the chickens' leader, Ginger, witnesses an American rooster named Rocky Rhodes, that's RHODES in case you didn't know, crash land in the farm's coop. The chickens put his damaged wing in a cast and hide him from the Tweeds, who were promised a handsome reward by Rocky's owner for his return. Interested in Rocky's apparent flying abilities, Ginger begs him to help teach her and the chickens to fly. Rocky gives them training lessons while Mr. Tweedy builds the pie machine. Ginger suspects the Tweeds plan to kill the chickens after they increase their food, whilst apparently not being concerned that they have not laid any eggs. After Ginger and Rocky get into an argument over alerting the others to the impending prospect of death, Rocky holds a morale-boosting dance party during which it is revealed that his wing is healed. Ginger insists that he demonstrates flying the next day, but Mr. Tweedy finishes the pie machine and puts Ginger in it for a test run. Rocky saves her and inadvertently sabotages the machine, buying them time to warn the chickens and plan an escape from the farm. The next day, Ginger finds Rocky has left, leaving behind part of a poster revealing him as a former canon stunt actor who is unable to fly, depressing her and the others. After a fight breaks out, Ginger is inspired by elderly Rooster Fowler's stories of his time in the Royal Air Force to create a plane to flee the farm. Now for the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video, go to the description box below, and fast forward to the time below to avoid the ending spoilers. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Thank you, and here we go. Okay, you've been warned. The chickens will, with help from Nick and Fletcher, two rats who smuggle contraband in exchange for eggs, assemble parts for the plane as Mr. Tweedy fixes the machine. Mrs. Tweedy orders Mr. Tweedy to gather all the chickens for the machine, but the chickens attack him, leaving him bound and gagged as they finish the plane. Meanwhile, Rocky encounters a billboard advertising Mrs. Tweedy's chicken pies and returns to the farm out of guilt for abandoning them. An alerted Mrs. Tweedy attacks Ginger as she helps the plane take off but is subdued by Rocky, who leaves with Ginger by holding onto a line of Christmas lights snagged by the departing plane. But Mrs. Tweedy falls by climbing up the lights with an axe. Ginger dodges an axe swipe, which cuts through the lines, and Mrs. Tweedy falling into the safety valve of the pie machine, causing it to explode. Having freed himself, Mr. Tweedy reminds Mrs. Tweedy of his warning that the chickens were sapient, causing her to scream in anger, and the still standing barn door then collapses, which lands on Mrs. Tweedy, crushing her. The chickens celebrate their victory while Ginger and Rocky kiss, and they fly to an island that they make their home. During the credits, Nick and Fletcher discuss starting their own chicken farm so they can have all the eggs they could eat, but then end up arguing over where the chicken or the egg came first on top of a chicken sanctuary. Keep off sign. End of story. So, what did I think of Chicken Run? I love this movie. I have seen it numerous times. This movie is a lot of fun, and it's pretty cool, and got lots of well, not just action, but a little adventure and other things and what have you. The film became a big success, going on to make 224 million worldwide, and got tons of good reviews. Where Rotten Tomatoes says Chicken Run has all the charm of Nick Park's Wallace and Gromit, who a few years later would get their own film from DreamWorks, which I also have yet to review, and something for everybody. The voice acting is fabulous, the slapstick is brilliant, and the action sequences are spectacular. Definitely. This is definitely really, really fun. This film has been known for its depiction of feminism, revolution, Marxism, and fascism. Incredible, huh? Still, I gotta give it credit for what it had to offer. The story was really good. So was the music, which, let's see, was done by John Powell and Harry Gregson Williams. That was really good too. Now, our voice acting cast was absolutely really good. Julia Sawalha, who you mostly knew her, most of y'all may know her as Saffy Monsoon of the BBC sitcom known as Absolutely Fabulous. She voices Ginger. She's a great character. I love that character. Mel Gibson as Rocky, however, is absolutely really good and funny too. Let's see. Next voice of Mrs. Tweedy is Miranda Richardson, who has done numerous films and stuff like that. And Tony Haygarth voices Mr. Tweedy. The other voice acting cast includes Benjamin Whitrow voicing Fowler, Timothy Spall, who would later go on to play Peter Wormtail Pettigrew in the Harry Potter franchise, voicing Nick, and Phil Daniels voicing Fletcher. They are the two rats. Let's see. Jan Horrocks voices Babs, a chubby and naive hen who loves knitting. Imelda Staunton, who would later go on to play Professor Umbridge in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, voices Bunty, the champion egg layer, and Group Sync, who is skeptical of Ginger's escape plans. And Lynn Ferguson voices Mac, Ginger's genius Scottish assistant. They are all really good, and I love their performances. And I'm just gonna say, it's just so incredible. It would it was released in late June of 2000 in the US on the 23rd. A week later, a release in the UK would follow. In November, it would be released on video and DVD. And then it wouldn't be until 2019, almost, well, 18 over 18 years later, it would get released on Blu-ray for the first time. A final a sequel was finally in talks and got confirmed in 2018. And Aardman would be reunited with Studio Canal, but DreamWorks had no involvement due to ending their partnership with Aardman after Flushed Away came out in 2006. And also, well, yeah, and well, they'll probably be getting some new voice actors. Mel Gibson wouldn't be returning as Rocky, which that's kind of a big disappointment. And just earlier this year, we got the title for it, Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget, and will be coming next year on Netflix. Now, the voices for Rocky, Ginger, Nick, and Fletcher have all been confirmed. Zachary Levi, who I'm going to be happy to see in Shazam: Fury of the Gods, which will also be coming up next year, from which it was supposed to come out this month. We'll be doing Rocky. Tandy Newton will be doing Ginger. Ramesh Ranganathan will be voicing Nick, and Daniel Mays will be doing Fletcher. Now, Horrocks, Staunton, and Ferguson will reprise their roles as Babs, Bunty, and Mac. And David Bradley will fill the voice of Fowler. Yes, of course, Bradley, another Harry Potter actor. You know him best as Mr. Argus Filch, the caretaker at Hogwarts. So, I wish him the best of luck. We don't know what day it'll come out, but we'll see what happens. There would also be a video game of Chicken Run released on most consoles out at the time. It was a stealth-based 3D platformer and is a loose parody of the film The Great Escape, which is set during World War II. But anyway, Chicken Run's got a great story, great characters, great setting, great adventure, comedy, etc., etc., etc. Everything this had to offer. So overall, would I recommend Chicken Run? I would say yes. Definitely give it a shot if you've never seen it. This is a DreamWorks flick you will not be disappointed with. Anyway, I do love it. It's really good. So what did you think of Chicken Run? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of another DreamWorks animation film, and that'll be The Road to El Dorado. So thank you for watching, and if you like this, check out my reviews for these other DreamWorks animation films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Shrek. The upper right-hand corner is my review of Kung Fu Panda, and the bottom left-hand corner is my review of Madagascar. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.